Gears to weather right now.
Like waiting until the last minute.
Yeah, well, I've done it, right?
Yeah, no, it's true.
We've
yeah,
all
hopefully no major tie-ups at the airports.
Yeah,
That's the
she'll
last
be
thing people
fine.
need
She'll
to
be
deal with.
fine.
Yeah.
But speaking of weather, it has been nice outside.
It's been nice. Temperatures definitely took a big step backward in the city. We were 82 yesterday and barely made it up into the lower half of the 60s today, which is where we're supposed to be this time of year. We're going to go up and down quite a lot over the course of the next several days. Let's get into the details here, bring in the really big picture perspective, the entire planet. We'll talk about how things are going to evolve. There is a storm system that's out over the Pacific right now, very well organized, but it's still well over 1,000 miles away from us. It's going to try to impact our weather by, first of all, kicking in a stronger onshore breeze as it squeezes the atmosphere overhead. The air mass that brought us the warm temperatures yesterday retreating a little ways to the south, and you notice up the west coast, that is the marine layer sneaking back up the coast, and we have seen that from our various camera perspectives, and it's going to be more of a factor as we head through the rest of tonight. Let's take a look outside from Salesforce Tower, and you see the fog in the distance already crossing over the bay, at least parts of the bay. Temperatures only 60 degrees now in San Francisco, dropped another degree since the top of the hour. Inland temperatures still mostly in the 70s, but only 66 in Santa Rosa. You're cooling off pretty quickly as that cool marine air finds some gaps in the terrain and makes its way into the inland valleys of the North Bay. And we are going to see the fog becoming, again, much more of a factor as we head through the rest of tonight. So let's take a look at that on Futurecast, and we'll go through 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We are going to see the fog not only along the coast, but making a good push across the bay and into the inland valleys by early tomorrow morning. I think even east of the Oakland Hills, at least the Tri-Valley, you're going to start off with the gray skies tomorrow morning. Now, it won't take too long for that fog to retreat to the coast. Should happen by late morning, early afternoon at the latest. Along the coast, I don't think you're going to see the sun peeking through to any great extent, and of course, that's going to have an impact on your high temperatures. These are tomorrow's forecast highs, only in the 50s at the coast, barely above 60 degrees in San Francisco, about 3 degrees below normal. A mix of 60s and a few 70s for the North Bay, but those numbers also running a few degrees below average. Just a one-day cool down. Temperatures start to bounce back a little bit already on Thursday with a weaker onshore wind, and then the big spike in temperatures is going to happen by Friday when inland communities in the East Bay are going to be back up well into the 80s. Some inland spots could even threaten 90 degrees for the end of the work week on Friday. But not tomorrow. A cool, fairly breezy day in store for us Wednesday afternoon. Again, if you like the warmer weather, you don't have to wait too long for it to return. Let's take a look at the hour-by-hour wind gusts, and it's noticeable out there right now, 20 to 25-mile-an-hour gusts for most of us. Those die down as we head through the rest of tonight. They pick back up tomorrow, and it is a straight onshore breeze. Some of the strongest gusts may be approaching the 25 to 30-mile-an-hour range. It'll take a little longer for that onshore breeze to kick in on Thursday, and that does make a difference. Not so much at the coast, but farther inland, a later arrival of any cooler air is going to allow your temperatures to sneak up just a little bit higher Thursday and a lot higher by Friday. In terms of that rain chance we've been keeping an eye on for early next week, well, we're still keeping an eye on it. The two long-range forecast models, the American model and the European, have essentially traded places. Yesterday, the European model was the most optimistic in terms of bringing rain into the Bay Area. Now it's the American model, especially Monday into Monday night and even lingering it in place on Tuesday, bringing a good chance of showers down towards us. But when they're still showing this kind of variability from model to model and even from run to run internally, that kind of reduces our confidence that we're going to see any kind of measurable rainfall. So there's definitely a chance. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast, and we'll start at the coast, where we're just saying showers possible for Monday of next week. Far from a guarantee, still running in that 30 to 40% range. There's going to be a little baby warm up at the coast. Temperatures into the middle portion of the 60s Friday and Saturday before you back down to the upper 50s to around 60 degrees by early next week. Temperatures Bayside also warming up for the end of the work week, mid-70s on Friday and low 70s for the first half of the weekend on Saturday, and then dropping back to below normal by Monday and Tuesday. And inland, this is where you have the wildest ride, up to 88 degrees on an average basis on Friday, some of the warmest spots near 90, but then only 68 degrees for high temperature on Monday with that chance of showers, keeping our temperatures cool.